Woo! What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Sunday, and welcome to our Sunday Stock Talk. So if this is the first time that you guys are ever tuning on in, we host one of these Sunday Stock Talk live streams every single Sunday. So if you ever want to tune on in, just make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notification, which is a little bell next to the subscribe button, and YouTube should alert you when it is that I go live. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time, but after you watch this video, just know that we have about almost 2,000 videos uploaded on YouTube, and don't even just stop there. There's a bunch of other amazing people on YouTube, on the YouTube platform, that we would always encourage you to learn more about. And our goal at the end of the day is for you to simply work with people who empower you and make you out to be the best version of yourself. So let me know. I want to see how many new faces we have here in our live stream. What's up? What's up? So I really hope that throughout this video we earn your thumbs up. If so, please do not forget to smash the like button. It really helps out our YouTube channel. And also, don't forget to stay connected. We run the largest Facebook group in the world. It's absolutely for free. You guys can refresh your page, and it's that first link down below. Please excuse me for about 30 seconds because I'm going to welcome the new people that we have tuning on in. What is going on? Let's see who we have. We have Kenneth. We have Brandon. We got Wayne, David, Jesse. We got, is that Naruto? I don't know. Is that really your name? What's going on, Dylan? What's going on? Rami, I think that's your name. Francis. Goldwyn, Joe, Zach, Philip, Drew, Zach again, Tyler, Harry. We're going through the matrix right now. Oh, Legend, that's a pretty legit name. What's going on, Dave? We got Chris, Renee, Daniel. What's up? What's up? I see some ticker call out formats. I like that. What's going on, Habit? What's going on? Rodrigo, Christopher, Neil, Julia. Oh shoot, we got the whole team here. So I'm super pumped. I don't know about you guys. First of all, I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to join us during this live stream. I really hope that throughout this live stream, my only goal is for you to learn something new to get you just one step closer to your overall goal. There's a lot to learn when it comes down to trading in the stock market, and if I'm catching you at the right time, it's most likely like you're in a stage right now where you're just a sponge, right? You're just absorbing everything that is that you are watching on YouTube and whatever groups that you are a part of. One of the things that I want to remind you is that you can watch as many videos as you want, but if you don't practice what it is that you learn, at least in my experience, the retention is not there. So I just want to remind you that it's very, very important to practice everything that is that you learn, because there's no such thing as a perfect working system. All it comes down to is really making sure that you work with people that you see value in, right? That empower you. And as you test out whatever it is that they end up doing, if you see that it works for you, right, you can adjust it and tweak it to whatever it is that is the best, kind of like unique trading style for yourself. At the end of the day, the goal should never be to be told what to do, right? But it should be to understand what to do. So again, let's go ahead and get right to it. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time on this fine Sunday. So all I ask you to do is, if you have a top stock that you would like me to break down in this video, in this live stream, just like you see everyone else doing, post it in the ticker call out format. That's all I want you to do. It's just to make sure that you've dedicated time to plan out your trade, and it's in your overall best interest to make sure that you don't just think about the profit potential, but you also think about the risk involved. This is not a 9-to-5. You don't just make money because you invest time. You could lose money. And one of the biggest mistakes that I personally made, and I'm not too sure about you guys, but it's a very common mistake, it's risk management. Please make sure you do your part in managing that risk. So every stock that I break down within this live stream, I'm going to have on the top left-hand corner right here. So just in case you miss a ticker symbol, just, you could always refer back to that screen. One of the things that I want to talk about is how's the market currently doing. This is /NQ, which is the NASDAQ future. And as you guys can see, on Friday, we had a very common resistance level at 10,600. So /NQ is the NASDAQ future. And this tends to tell you a pretty decent picture of is the market going to open up green tomorrow, or is it going to open up in the red? And one of the things that you can notice is on Friday, there's a very common resistance level right around 10,660, and it just continued to get rejected. And it looks like once the futures market opened right around 3 o'clock today on Sunday, it got rejected right around 10,660 again. It sold off. It tried to pick back up, and it keeps getting rejected. So I can set my alerts here. I can stay up to date. It doesn't look like it's very red or it's very green. It's kind of just the same place where it closed at on Friday, which is kind of neutral, right? So let's see who we got joining us today and who's going to post their stock in the ticker call out format. What's going on, Morgan? So we got WFC. So WFC is Wells Fargo, if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. Let's go back to the 180-day chart. And one of the things that we want to talk about is that, first of all, a lot of companies had earnings last week, and a lot of companies are going to be having earnings this upcoming week. We got companies, if I'm not mistaken, what is it? We got NASDAQ has their earnings, if I'm not mistaken, on Wednesday. When it comes down to, what is it? I forgot off the top of my head. I have a list of stocks that I'm personally paying attention to that have earnings this week. The reason why is I don't hold anything during earnings, but as you guys could see, when Wells Fargo reported earnings, due to the pandemic, obviously a lot of them are going to be, I think, not meeting expectation. So you can see a negative catalyst, right? So it can present a dip buy opportunity where I can buy them for a better deal and sell them for a profit. So if you have any stocks that are reporting earnings this week, just make sure you comment them down below. So Wells Fargo reported earnings last week, hit lows of about $23.40. It picked right back up. One of the things that I want to talk about, especially the banking industry, has not recovered since this pandemic. You guys know about tech companies, and they've been thriving. Amazon, Tesla, Netflix, all of them, right? AMD, right? They've all been doing so well. But there's a series of industries that have not recovered. Airlines, cruise lines, hotels, banks, they have not recovered. Right now, what I want to paint out for you guys is the reason that I personally just am not heavily invested in airlines, in banks, in cruise lines, in hotels is they're not going anywhere. As in, they're not progressively increasing in value. If you guys can tell, for the past even month and a half, Wells Fargo has been selling off in price. It's kind of been consolidating. It's been plateauing. And I don't know about you, right? Just because I don't do something doesn't mean that you shouldn't. But right now, Wells Fargo is not increasing in value. And because of that, I'm not missing out on anything. I want to put my money in something where it will show signs of growth. And I don't know if things will get worse before they get better. So I can set my alert on Wells Fargo and I can follow up with it. Maybe when I get a little bit more of indication that it's bound to recover, right? As of right now, we don't know if things can get worse before they get better, especially as we're approaching the month of August. And for the banking industries, if you guys have been paying attention, a lot of the loans, a lot of the debt that has been pretty much not been required to pay, right? A lot of the payments for mortgages, rents, loan debt will be required to be paid in a lump sum. So this can be very bad for the banking industry, because if a lot of lien holders or people that have loans out default from their loans, cannot make up the payment that they owed for the past 3 to 4 months, just think about that. It's not just a couple thousand people, it's millions of people. So this is, again, a lot of speculation that people have on why we can see a very aggressive drop, and it's because of the high risk just that people have right now, because they have not been making as much payments as they could have. So something to be aware of. It doesn't mean that the banking industry is going to sell off. Just make sure that you understand that, if you don't know, by default, I mean meaning that they end up they can't afford to make the payments, right? Just imagine you don't make payments for 3 to 4 months. You've been unemployed. You've been receiving unemployment checks, but you've been using that money to just pay for essentials. Do you think that the average person has saved enough money to pay for 3 to 4 months of rent, especially when they've been unemployed? That's the idea that I want to present to you to be aware of. So let's go ahead and see what else we have going on. So we got ticker symbol RMBL. RMBL. Here we go. Alrighty, so this one looks a little bit more like a hype stock. So I can see why you're talking about this when it went up 139%. I don't like to trade pump and dumps. I don't like to, people just love to talk about, how much it has to go up, but no one ever likes to talk about how much it could go down. Normally, you guys could see its history and its volume. It's gone through reverse stock splits. Those are never good signs, right? And all of a sudden, it receives a huge push up. It becomes very overbought, very overextended, and you can say whatever it is that you want. With whatever the case may be, when something experiences this high of an increase of demand and volume, it's just a matter of time for the hype to die out and for the stock to pull back. So if you're someone that's going to talk about how amazing this opportunity is, I really hope that you follow it up with the risk that it comes with. Don't just think about the upside, but also ask yourself, well, will I be okay with getting into this position and being down 40 to 50% if it pulls back to the SMA line? A question to ask yourself. It's a valid question. Don't be just one-sided with every opportunity. Every opportunity, not just in the stock market, comes at some form of risk. Do your part in staying informed and managing that risk. So let's go ahead and talk about the next one. ZNGA. I like it. So here we go, ZNGA, very consistent uptrend pattern. This one has to be my favorite one so far. Can you see, for all of our beginner traders, what has been one of the main reasons why maybe you have been struggling? At least for myself, when I first got started, I was chasing a lot of lower cap stocks. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not here to say that, right? But just hear me out, right? When it comes down to ZNGA, what has it been doing for the past 3 to 4 months? Increasing in value, right? Making higher highs and higher lows. What's our goal in the stock market? Keep things simple. Our goal is to put $100 in our account and to increase it in value. Put $1,000 in our account and increase it in value. How do you increase the value of your brokerage account? You put your money in something that's increasing in value. Super simple, right? But it's the simple things in life that people like to overcomplicate. And with ZNGA, how much easier would it be for you to put your money in something that's consistently uptrending? It doesn't mean that it always has to uptrend. Everything has its correction, just like we hit highs of $10.60 and it pulled back. But because it pulled back and now it's around the SMA line based off of previous patterns, it doesn't have to, but this is why I set my alert. We can set our alerts and we can follow up with it. Because it pulled back, we can see if we end up getting that upside confirmation. It offers about 10% upside margin based off of previous highs. That's the goal. But if you make 3%, 4%, 5%, there's nothing wrong with locking in profits early. But again, it's doing your part in putting your money in something that is increasing in value. Like we've said before, you need to learn how to walk before you could run. So instead of chasing these penny stocks and these lower cap stocks that I'm sure you can make a killing off of, just as much as you can drain your account. So think about it both sides. If you've had poor experiences with lower cap stocks, maybe slowing things down and getting back to the basics isn't the worst idea. But like we said, what goes up can go down, and patterns tend to repeat themselves, but they don't always have to. So because of that, I'm going to set my alert on both sides. I have to say, out of every stock that I've broken down so far, ZNGA, it has been my favorite. So I appreciate you sharing this one with me. So let's go ahead. We got Kenneth in the house. Kenneth, just want to say I appreciate what it is that you do. And the same setup here. I like it. Very consistent uptrend pattern. Docusign. Let me get a show of hands of how many real estate investors or real estate people that have purchased a house, or just people in general. How many of you guys have used Docusign? It's a very common platform, right? And it's been doing exceptionally well during this pandemic period, right? Why? Why would something like Docusign thrive? Why would something like Docusign thrive during a pandemic? Because it's all electronic. It's you sign an electronic document, so you don't need to be there physically, right? And so it's a very reputable company. It's virtual, right? And you guys can see what, because of online classrooms, has been going up in price. Zoom. Who would have thought that due to such unfortunate times, something would have done so well due to an increase of demand out of nowhere. So now we have Docusign, very similar pattern to ZNGA. Consistent uptrend, it pulled back, the overall market pulled back, so don't be surprised. Now we're getting consolidation, we just broke above the EMA line, and now it's beginning to indicate signs of a potential reversal, which means that it can begin to recover. Upside margin based off of previous highs is over 10%, so just ask yourself, is this something that first you see value in? Is this something where it makes sense because of its previous pattern that you think that you can get in to sell it for a profit? Or do you think that it comes at a greater form of risk? I'm not here to convince you to put your money in anything. I just want to make sure that you do your part in making educated trade decisions and not just throwing your money at something because someone says, oh my God, this thing went up 100%. This thing's going to the moon. When people try to convince you that you should put your money in something, that should be a huge red flag. That should be a huge red flag on like, if this was an actual amazing opportunity, why am I being convinced to put my money in something? There's nothing wrong with being open-minded and hearing people out, but you should never be forced or convinced. Do your part in only taking trade decisions or investment decisions that make sense to you. Don't just think about the upside, also think about the downside, because things can always go south. The market can tank, the banking industry can fail, and we can just see a huge drop. Just do your part again in taking advantage of opportunities that make sense to you and manage that risk, because the only way that we can consistently make money in the stock market is if we can control how much money we give back. Let's go ahead and I want to break down 5 more stocks, and then we'll leave it at that. How does that sound? 5 more stocks, and then you guys get back to enjoying your fine Sunday. What plans do you guys got going on today? Let's see it. So we got Dar in the house, my boy. Ticker symbol ZM. I love it. We just talked about it. Zoom pulled back, hit previous highs at 281. It pulled back. It's testing the SMA line. Look at this last time. Hit highs, pulled back, tested SMA line, made new highs. Tested SMA line, made new highs. Tested SMA line, made new highs. That didn't make new highs. Tested SMA line, now made new highs. Pulled back, made new highs. Pulled back, does it have to make new highs? No, nothing has to happen. That's one of the things you have to get through your head. Nothing has to happen. It doesn't have to bounce here. But hey, for the past 6-7 months, it has a pretty awesome track record holding above the SMA line. That just means that we need to do our part in waiting for confirmation. It's that simple. What's the upside potential? Not bad. A little bit over 10%. I don't know about you, but 10% is pretty solid for me. If I go in with $50,000 and I make 10%, I'll take $5,000 profit any day. And it doesn't matter if you're trading with $100. The principle is putting your money in something where your upside outweighs your downside. And if you might be saying, well, Ricky, I'm not trading with $50,000. I hope not. If you're someone that's just getting started, you should be focusing on learning how to trade and not making money. If you make money while you're learning how to trade, just imagine. That's like a cherry on top. That's the goal. If you're making money while you're learning how to trade, while you should be learning how to trade, that's like getting paid to go to school. How amazing is that? Think about it. You need to invest the hours, put in the work to then be able to not deserve the pay, but you've earned it to be able to have these extremely just monetary, successful, and beneficial days, right? So let's go ahead, and I like this one. You guys are doing a great job with these call outs. So let me go ahead and pin the ticker call out formats. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. So Ismail is in the house. We got Ismail in the house. Let's see. Alrighty. Let's see what we have. CRM. What's going on, Daniel? What's up? Dude, you guys are freaking killing it today. I have to say, I'm very impressed. Maybe I'm just cherry picking these tickers, but this is good. Very consistent uptrend pattern above the SMA line. It pulled back. Maybe it's just the ideal time. The market's been pulling back. A lot of these things have been pulling back. This is presenting a lot of decent opportunities only if, first, you see value in it, and if we actually get confirmation of higher highs from the EMA line to previous highs, that's about 6 to 7%. Again, that's the goal. Even if you walk away with 3%, 4%, the goal is to lock in profits. One of the sayings that we have is we make money in the stock market by selling early. I would rather be someone that consistently makes money in the stock market rather than someone that bag holds something and goes from green to red. That's like the worst feeling, right? So I just set my alerts on this one, and I can definitely see Salesforce. Salesforce is huge. So I can definitely see why someone would see value in that. So let's go ahead and see what else we got going on. Mike, what's up, what's up? So I'm curious, nobody noticed Macy's. All right, let's check it out. Ticker symbol M, Macy's. So a lot of consolidation. One of the main reasons that I feel like people aren't going crazy for Macy's is, first of all, it's now trading below the SMA line on the 4-hour chart, and it's not going anywhere. It's not aggressively making higher highs. It's not aggressively selling off. So why put your money in something that's just plateauing? Do you get what I mean? I would rather set my alerts on both sides and get reminded and alerted when it is that it actually begins to move, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We got NCLH. What's going on, Michael? So NCLH is that Norwegian Cruise Line? Oh, it is. Very similar setup. Again, banks, cruise lines, hotels, and airlines, they've all been consolidating. They've all been selling off since that initial push, and they've been selling off, and they're not going anywhere. It's not making higher highs. It's not making lower lows. I understand why you're paying attention to it, but the question is this a top stock this week? Based off of the past 20 days, it hasn't really done much. So for this week, I don't see there to be any significance of it making higher highs or higher lows. So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't really do much other than this. I agree that based off of previous lows, it's at a potential support level where it can't go up. And if you see value in that and you want to take that trade, all power to you. Follow up with me, and I would love to see if it ends up going according to plan, if you wait for confirmation, or if you end up having a stop loss. You never know until you try, but if you see value in something, please do your part in setting up a plan. Don't just think about the upside, but you need to have that risk management in place. If you're someone that sucks at cutting losses, then maybe buying in before confirmation is not the best idea. Just my 2 cents on that one. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. How about that? 2 more. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this live stream. Hope that we're earning your thumbs up. If you guys haven't, I don't know. Let's see. I just need some in the ticker call out format. So we got this one by Carter. Alrighty. I like this. Upwork. Oh, I've heard about them. Very consistent uptrend pattern since it's broken above the SMA line. Hit highs of, again, this is a very common pattern this week. It doesn't always happen like this. Hit highs of almost $17. It pulled back. It's consolidating. Now we're waiting for confirmation. It's at a potential support, but don't be surprised if things get worse and it begins to drop. This is why we wait for confirmation. Keeping things simple. Setting our alerts when things actually begin to make signs or actually begin to show signs of an uptrend. Upside is pretty solid. It's a little bit over 15%. That's the goal. If you walk away with 5%, 7%, 10%, don't be afraid to lock in profits, especially if you're learning how to trade. If you're learning how to trade and you don't lock in profits and you go from being green on your trade to red on the trade because you were greedy, actually, I'm not here to judge you because I think we've all been in those shoes. But just know, I'm here to remind you. I'm not here to call you out. I'm never here to subjugate you to try to make anyone feel better. It's our goal within this channel is just to highlight our mistakes, just so everyone's well aware of them, so you can learn from them. And on top of that, what works well for us. So maybe you can cherry pick the ones you see value in as in the best practices and test them out to see if they work for you. But again, just like we said, as much as it can go up, it can go down. So let's go ahead and set our alerts. I'm going to do 1 more. Let's see it. So 1 more, and then that's going to be the live stream. I want to see everyone breaking these down. Let's see it. Ticker call out format. I got to see it for the team. Oh, the matrix is here. I like it. Woo-wee. Alrighty. Let's see. GTS. Let's check that one out. If it's not good, I'll skip it and I'll do another one. Oh. Maybe I'm typing it in incorrectly. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do another one, so don't be mad. Pushed up very aggressively, super overbought. Not a good deal in my opinion. Can it continue to go up? Of course, anything can happen. You can set your alerts if you want to bet on it going up even more. That's up to you. You can notice its volume, that it's more than it normally is. So you can see that there's either hype, manipulation, or some form of pump. Can it continue to uptrend? Of course, it's still above the EMA line, but it's testing it. I wouldn't be surprised if it begins to pull back. It doesn't, again, UAVS doesn't have a track record in holding up around this price point. It just continues to sell off, right? It trades more around the $1 price point. So just as much as you hope that it can go up, just know that it has a history of it trading at $1. So I personally wouldn't touch this. It's not a good deal. It's overbought. It looks like a hype stock, and I would personally walk away. So let's go ahead and do one more. So we got work. I think we've already broken down. Have we not? No. So here we go. So we got Slack Technologies, a very consistent pattern, a lot of consolidation, low points, high points, low points, high points, low points. So I see why you're paying attention to it, but based off of previous highs, 6-7% margins, not bad. Just understand the downside, but as long as you set your alerts on both sides, once it breaks above the EMA line and you do your part in locking in profits, once it becomes a little bit more on the overbought side based off of previous patterns, I can see why you're taking that trade or why you're taking that investment, right? And something that's doing exceptionally well during this pandemic. Just understand that all this hype isn't going to last forever, right? So just do your part in managing your risk. I'm going to do one more. So that one was very quick. Logi. So this one's Logitech, is it? Yeah, Logitech International. Okay, so this one has earnings. So this one is one that I would almost view for myself as a missed opportunity. Very consistent uptrend pattern. Has earnings on the 21st, which is this upcoming week. It's thriving. Consistently going up, right? Just made new highs. It's not a good deal. Can it push up and make new highs? Of course, but it's not at a price point right now where I would feel encouraged enough that the upside will outweigh the downside. If it does push up and whatever the case might be, all power to you. I wish you the best. But I need to set myself up for success. And I would rather be someone that waits for a dip buy, waits for a good deal, waits for an opportunity, be able to buy it and put my money in something that can then continue to increase in value. But at least my entry is at a good deal. So that's one of the main reasons I personally would not get in as of right now. So Ricky, what do you think about Forex? I think Forex is great for those that see value in it. One of the things that I've shared on my YouTube channel before. So that's it when it comes down to the breakdowns. I hope that you guys know this. I talk about on my YouTube channel about trading in the stock market. You guys, I uploaded a video about investing in real estate, right? I bought my first house at age 20. I've invested in nearly almost 30 properties since then. I'm 25 now. I, invest in cars. We own a car dealership here in Arizona. And I talk about the markets that I see value in. I hope that you guys know that, if you like Forex, if you like e-commerce, if you like drop shipping, if you like whatever it is that you like, I'm never here to convince you that the stock market is the best option for you. My goal is, if it's either with these more informative based videos or if it's more with my lifestyle videos, my goal is just to inspire you. And if that motivates you to then get started and you just start doing stuff elsewhere, as in e-commerce, Forex, crypto, and you find success there, cool, right? I know that the stock market is not for everyone. I don't trade Forex, never have, never will. I don't care for it. I have my focuses. They're mine because I see value in them and I do well in them. I build teams around them and we do well. That's it. You should never have to try to convince people to see value in what it is that you do. Just like you would never want to be convinced to see value in something that you don't already see value in. If you like Forex, I wish you the best. That's it. Try it. Learn more about it and make more of an informed decision. That's it. So yeah, you are mean. Now, just because I say that I don't care for Forex doesn't make me a mean person. I don't just like I don't care about Forex. It's just like the idea of I don't care to buy and resell potato chips. I can buy and resell potato chips and make money, but that doesn't, just because I don't buy and resell potato chips doesn't make me mean. So I love giving that analogy because it really upsets the commenter. Like, what the heck does that have to do with selling potato chips? But I like that. So we need a TechBuds laptop bag. Oh, last reminder. I totally forgot to remind you guys. So, but yeah, I really do appreciate you guys' time. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time anymore. I really hope that you learned something new in this video, honestly, right? If you guys did, I hope that we earned your thumbs up. If not, it's all good. I understand. We do have our free Facebook group. If you guys want to refresh your page, you guys can refresh it. And you guys could click the first link down below. It should be the first link. This is our free Facebook group. We offer a free Discord chat, and we have nearly 286,000 members all over the world, not just in the United States, not just in Northern America, everywhere, right? So if you want to stay connected with like-minded individuals, this can be a great start. First link down below. On top of that, like we've said so many times before, if you guys want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, I personally only offer one option, and that's the Learn Plan Profit Group. If you have 5 minutes, you guys can click the second link down below, learn a little bit more about the Learn Plan Profit Group, what it's like to watch me trade live. If you like my videos on YouTube, you'll like the Learn Plan Profit Group. If you don't like my YouTube videos, then guess what? You probably won't like watching me trade live every day. But if you guys do and you want to work with me, then again, that is my only option. I don't do anything else. There's a bunch of fake Ricky accounts on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, or whatever that app is called. I don't use any of that. I never message you first. I never, with all due respect, I never message you asking how your day is. Do you use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? I don't manage anyone's money. I trade live. I trade live with the Learn Plan Profit Group every day, Monday through Friday, and I work with them. That is my team. That is my go-to, and that is where I invest my time. If you want to work with me, click the second link. And if not, you guys have nearly 2,000 videos that you guys can watch that I've uploaded on YouTube, and we can go from there. So really do appreciate you guys' time. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be a driver to your success. And for all of our Learn Plan Profit members, make sure you set your alarms because we will see you tomorrow at Market Open. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.